It's the 1990s, when MF Doom released Dooms, where the hottest video game console out at the time had hot babes with triangle boobs. Wowza. And when Steinful was still dominating the television. The safe content that was watched by the families of the 80s had started to become stale. America didn't care about the Cosby Show anymore, okay? With The Simpsons shifting up the American family dynamic and the Attitude Era of WWE in full effect, the cultural landscape was changing. And there stood Cartoon Network in the middle of it all. They had a problem. Late at night, there simply wasn't anything good on. And as TV got edgier and edgier, the hunger for something fresh and unique and raw and badass was palpable. Enter Toonami. The world of anime. And if you're watching this, you're probably a cool guy, and you might think anime is some weird weeb shit. The stuff that was shown on Toonami, that was the stuff you'd want to watch. Toonami told stories, adventures, and life lessons that transcended borders. It was many people's first introduction into anime, but that's Toonami today. Back then, it was way different. It's March 17th, 1997, and Toonami has launched. The concept was led by Moltar from Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He was an early prototype for a personality-led programming block. Moltar would smoothly shepherd us into each show, and occasionally give us life advice and speeches. My personal favorite of which is telling us why Toonami does so many reruns.
It's time you and I have a talk about the facts of life. Reruns suck, but there's no escape.
I'm getting out of here.
We're sorry about that. I know you guys get burned sometimes.
We have to do something.
I'm with you.
Don't judge us too harshly. I mean, after all, we're doing this for you.
I suspect fear is behind this.
Have no fear. Plans are in place to secure the future.
Moltar was down to earth. He told it like it was. He didn't fake enthusiasm. Man was a real fucking G. But despite Moltar's realness, Toonami's first years had dog-awful success. Something was missing, a piece of the puzzle that would lead Cartoon Network to look at Japanese TV. More specifically, Sailor Moon. The concept of anime on TV had been tried before, but not to this success, and especially not for a major channel like Cartoon Network. Usually at the time, the only way to get a hold of anime was trading tapes, or the extremely rare occasion it would show up on other programming blocks. But here it was, Sailor Moon, right on your TV. Now, as a manly man, I can admit that Sailor Moon is fucking fire. It was Toonami's first real success, something it desperately needed to stave off cancellation, as the ratings were declining from showing the same old stale shows. However, Sailor Moon picked up that graph, and the next show would launch it into space. Without Dragon Ball Z, anime wouldn't be as popular as it is right now. Dragon Ball Z wasn't without controversy. The violence shown was not for the average American TV audience. And due to looser restriction on cable TV, Dragon Ball Z didn't have to censor itself that hard for Toonami's audience. In Dragon Ball Z, characters could die and never come back. You could see the desperation to fight in their eyes. And in the viewer's eyes, it was just simply the coolest thing ever. Due to the cultural phenomenon that was Dragon Ball Z, by 1999, Toonami's popularity soared. The new millennium was on its way. Year 2000. And some rebranding was in order. To usher it in, a new host emerged.
So it's a brand new Toonami, but the mission objectives remain the same. My name is Tom. I'm the new Moltar. No big changes now, same show, same attitude. New place to do it, new guy to do it with. I'm not gonna waste any more time, let's get back into it. Later.
With Tom as the new face of Toonami, the lineup continued to evolve. Banger after fucking banger. The early 2000s saw Toonami with shows like Gundam Wing, Outlaw Star, and Yu Yu Hakusho. And if you haven't watched these shows, you might think I'm just listing off slightly alright animes, but these were fantastic. Toonami solidified itself as the epicenter of broadcast anime. It was a golden age, a time when it was synonymous with groundbreaking storytelling and unforgettable characters. It was something cool to be watching. Remember when anime was cool? In between shows, occasionally, inspiring speeches would play. What other programming blocks could teach you so much about life and it not be even through its shows? In 2002, Tom 2 debuted.
Tom 2 online.
Alright, let's get this show on the road.
Arguably my favorite design, and with it, a short film called The Intruder. I can't recall any other time a host of a programming block was introduced with a goddamn 20-minute short film. And you may think the CGI is a bit dated by today's standards, but I think it has a lovable charm to it. With Tom 2, that graph kept going up.
Been in this game for a while now. And looking around, I see a lot of new faces trying to break into the action cartoon biz. I guess that makes us OGs. Now fire! Till the sun rises on a world without Toonami. We remain the first, and still the best. Only Toonami.
A year later, another refresh. Tom 3.
Look out, coming through!
And then, Cartoon Network decided to fuck everything up. Look at Tom, look how cool he is. Now look at this. Tom 4 didn't have that needed air of I don't care that the old Toms had. But why? Well, the change was made to make Toonami more kid-friendly. As some of the favorite shows got removed off the block and were replaced with something that appealed to a kid audience, the backlash was horrible. You see, in the world of TV, money talks, and with Tom 4, it seemed his mouth was zipped shut. The television landscape was shifting yet again. Toonami capitalized off of the Attitude Era of 90s television. However, it didn't capitalize that much on the internet. Toonami had increased competition from other networks, the rise of streaming platforms, and anime's rampant piracy resting on its shoulders. It's a Saturday morning, September 20th, 2008, and at an anime convention in Atlanta, Georgia, Cartoon Network broke the news. Due to low ratings, Toonami was cancelled. The same evening, they aired their final transmission.
Well, this is the end, beautiful friends.
What's here?
After more than 11 years, this is Toonami's final broadcast.
What's here? What's here?
Bang.
In the wake of Toonami's cancellation, fans reminisced about the cherished moments they had held, the shows that Toonami would play, and with the casual Steve Bloom, it didn't feel like losing another programming block. It felt like losing a friend. With Toonami gone, the dedicated fans sought to revive it. Toonami Aftermath is one of those popular revival methods, which is still going on today. Another dedicated fan was Richie Branson, who made a song called Bring Back Toonami. And if you grew up with Toonami, the song was really emotional. As the tweets came flooding in and all hope seemed lost, Adult Swim came to the rescue. It's April Fools, and Adult Swim decided to play a prank on their viewers. They resurrected Toonami for one night only, with Tom hosting and a lineup of classic shows, and The Room. But if they wanted Toonami back in action, they had to take action. Get on their phones and tweet #BringBackToonami. Fans immediately flocked to social media, demanding Toonami's return. The #BringBackToonami began trending, and the message was clear. The world still yearned for Toonami. A couple of months later, on May 26th, Adult Swim heeded the call, and Toonami was reborn.
Welcome to the televised revolution, as we drift through outer space aboard the absolution. With time back and active duty is captain, in charge of bringing superior anime action. Yeah, Toonami's back, bitches, to celebrate time's return to television.
With Tom 3.5 at the helm, the new Toonami lineup boasted a blend of classic favorites and fresh content, such as Cowboy Bebop, Samurai 7, and Attack on Titan. My favorite addition to the lineup was Cowboy Bebop. I seriously cannot imagine Toonami today without it. Its mature storytelling, and Steve Bloom voicing Spike and Tom, made it seem it was always destined to play on the network. And Cowboy Bebop hits different when it's played in a dimly lit room at midnight. Throughout the 2010s, Toonami continued to evolve and thrive. Toonami is a tale of how to actually make a programming block. None of this boring shit. I want to watch some damn personality. Toonami may have faced its share of adversity, but it has risen time and time again, bringing the magic of animation to new generations of fans.
Well, that about does her. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Tom, signing off. Until we meet again, you know the rest.